Hey friends, Shawn here with Manly Made Minute, and welcome back to my channel. I decided to do a card this week that I have wanted to try some different techniques and try some different products. So today I'm not going to be so worried about teaching and showing as much as I just want to make a card. So I'm going to practice with some new products, some new stamps, some lunar paste that I finally bought. And this card is just a combination of a couple things that I found on Pinterest. So I was out there looking on Pinterest for some ideas. I wanted to do simple. I started out with a very, very simple idea. It's progressed into just a little bit more than simple. I can't help myself. I look and I think that's just too simple. I've got to add a little something, and if anybody knows my cards and notices, I like texture and I like different backgrounds and things on my background, so I've had to add just a little bit than my original idea. But I've combined about two different cards into one, knowing the products that I wanted to work with this evening. So I'm just going to make a card. We're going to chit chat about a couple things, and let's just see how this turns out. Before I get started, if you are new here to my channel, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button up in the corner, and hit the bell button for the next time I get upload a video, you get notified. And if you are not new here and keep returning, feel free to subscribe and come on back. I post my Monday moments every Monday where I share tips, tricks, and helpful hints. Every other Saturday I have a scrappy short, and then I do these videos in between where I throw a card in there and either talk about my techniques, or tonight I'm just going to make a card. I'm not going to be too worried about teaching the techniques as much as I am just trying out some new products. So let's just take a look at what I want to do today. I had purchased, if you've looked at some of my videos, you notice that I purchased about 6 sets of Altenew layering stamps, and I want to try the Vintage Roses layering stamps this evening. Then I bought the primary colors of lunar paste and tested it just a little bit beforehand. I'll show you what I had done. Just kind of tested it to see the texture, how this, it's super smooth, so just wanted to kind of get a feel for it. However, don't laugh, I forgot to purchase the little tools that you should get with this. So I am using my cake decorator spatula here and my cake decorator tool, and I went on this afternoon and ordered the toolkit for this, realizing I ordered it and forgot to order these supplies. So I raided my kitchen. Here we are. So we're going to use this evening. Hopefully next time I use these on camera I will have the tools that go with this. So I'm going to do the layering, and then I have pre-cut A2 size card base. I am going to cut 3/4 of an inch off of this. Then I've done my matte layers to go on top. Now what I did, originally I was going to start with a black matte layer, a 5 1/4 by 4 for the matte layer here, with my white layer on top of 5 inches by 3 3/4. Forgot that I was going to cut this little strip off and do something fun over here, so then I just took that 3/4 of an inch off this one side, and I still have a nice layered mat that's going to lay over on this side. Okay, let's just get started. I am going to do my lunar paste first of what I want to do with that, so that has time to dry, and then we'll come over and do the stamping, die cut these out. By that time this should be dry and I can just layer this stuff up. I am going to do a happy birthday card. I've got a birthday card I need to send out, so I'm going to make this one into a birthday card and use one of my favorite stamp sets for that, which is my extra large birthday greetings from Simon Says Stamp, and so we'll use one of those. So let me grab my stencil, tape that down, smear that little corner that I want to do, and then we'll let that dry. So I'm going to use this teardrop stencil, and what I want to do is, let me grab my layers here. I just want to get that in this corner where I'm going to put my roses on top, and then my sentiment kind of in this corner here. So I just want to get a little blast of something here. So let me just tape this down. I moved my tonic glass mat over to my camera view here because I knew I was probably going to get just a little messy with this lunar paste. Now keep in mind, literally my second time doing this. I practiced on my little sheet that I just showed you, and then I haven't used it since. So make fun all you want. This is literally practiced round number 2, but I was so excited to get this stuff. I have just had my eye on these for quite some time, and because I like texture, I had to get these. I was gonna get the whole set, and they're literally sold out like everywhere. So I got the primary colors to start. That way it just gives me time to kind of practice with them anyway, before I get the whole set. And I just sometimes I feel like I gotta have the whole set versus 1 or 2, and I should probably just slow down because sometimes we don't need the whole set of everything as much as we do just a little bit to play. So alright, I'm gonna use my little cake spatula, get a little bit on here. I'm not worried about covering all this. I just want it kind of like splattered on there. I'm not worried about covering it all. So if it gets kind of variegated on the ends, that's what I want. So I'm going to probably smear this in just a couple directions. I'm going to go off though so I don't come here and I don't get my line of my stencil right here. Okay, so I'm going to get some of this and I'm just going to lay this in here like so. And I'm kind of like smattering it on. And all I'm going to do is just take and smear this diagonal towards that corner. I'm not too worried about getting this completely covered. I'll put just a little bit more right there. Okay. The one time I practiced with this, I did realize this does dry pretty fast. So you'll want to like rinse your stencils, rinse your spatula and stuff off pretty quick afterwards, because it does dry pretty quick. And watching the videos from Simon and other people use this, that once it's hardened and it's like not going anywhere. Alright, I'm going to smear towards this corner, and I'm not worried about perfection here on getting that whole stencil covered. I get just a little bit more right in here, and then just smooth that out. Probably don't have the smoothest tool. It's kind of got some rough edges on it because I'm not using the right tool that I should be because I forgot to buy it. Alright, I'm actually thinking I'm kind of happy with this just as is. I don't care if that's filled in all the way. I don't want it to be. So I'm going to put the rest of this back in here. Just scrape that in like so. Okay, lift this up nice and gentle. And get, there we go, so I don't interrupt those edges. And I'm happy with that. I didn't want this completely solid. I wanted a little roughness around the edges. I'm going to pause my camera because my little washing station, my bathroom is right off my side here. I'm going to pause my camera and we'll be right back. Okay, I am back. I am just going to lift this up and let this dry. I will tell you, I just washed my tools, and that spatula was almost dry already, so I had to use hot water to get it off. Alright, we're going to use the vintage roses, and what I did is I numbered these on the acetate, so when I put them over here I knew which one was which to coordinate, and I'm probably going to make a big set of these for some birthday cards because it's going to be an easy card to put together, but tonight I'm just going to do this one set, but this is how I would do it. Then I would flip this around, stamp it again, then I would do the second layer, flip it, stamp it, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to go yellow vintage roses and with the green leaves. So I have my first set already in here. I have given them some love and primed them already. And I'm using all Catherine Pooler inks. So I'm going to start with whipped honey, Next darker layer, tiara. Next darker layer, catching rays, and then a little orange at the very end with some tiki torch. And just layer this in yellow with just a little bit of orange on that last layer. Alright, and then my green, because I'm going to do this at the same time. My green is same concept, lighter to dark. So I'm starting with my martini, lime Ricky, then my grass skirt for my layers. So we're going to do the whipped honey and the martini first on these layers. If you haven't gotten any of these layering stamps from Altenew, you have to. They've got some on sale still. The ones I've gotten, I think most of them are out of stock already. But at least try them. These are absolutely gorgeous the way they turn out. To layer them is so easy. I was really nervous when I got these, like, can I layer them? Am I going to be able to line this up correctly? And when you get these, it comes with this little packaging inside. I did not know this till I got these and opened it up, but when you open this up, first off, I knew it was going to have these because it had it on online, the alignment guide and which one goes next. But look at these. They have samples in here of some card layouts of what to do. All the 6 stamp sets I got had these in them. I literally was like so excited because I'm like, obviously I'm gonna try some of these and then do my own too, but like they're so pretty and they make them so easy to do, and then the alignment guide for the leaves as well. So the packaging is just phenomenal. The thought behind giving you the ideas at the same time, I just thought was so cool. All right, we're gonna add a little more of my whipped honey to this layer before I do my martini layer here for the green. Alright, I'm good with that. So we're going to set whipped honey aside. I'm going to do just these little leaves, these here, with my martini. And then we'll wipe these off and we'll go to the next layer and align those up. Like so. And I'm going to cut these out. You know, when I was looking at my original idea, I was going to stamp this stuff directly to the card in the corner and do some other stuff. And then, of course, I got into like my whole thought process of texture and everything else I like to do my cards, and I just have a hard time leaving too much white space. And then I see some cards online, and I'm like, okay, that white space is really cool though, and simple and elegant and easy, and like it's still just as effective, but my brain just thinks layers and color and everything that goes with it. Alright, so that's my martini layer. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to wipe these off, and then we'll go into the next layer for these. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else has that issue, like we just can't, it's so hard to just do simple sometimes. Now, I know these are backwards in the numbering, so this is 1, I'm going to set this down in my 1 section, and then I'm going to go right to this next one, so 1 here, that's my next one for 1. I'm just going to lay it down so I know, and then I'll line them up. Then this was 2, and my 2 was down here, I believe, yep, 2. And we'll set that down. And then my next 2 right here, so that goes there. Then I had 3, which was back up here. And then my next one for 3. Then I had, this one was 4. And my next one was 4. So if you kind of get what I'm doing here with the numbering, it just kind of helped keep things straight. 5 was down here in this corner. And then my next one for 5 is this big solid one here. Alright. And if I'm going to double check that just to be sure. So if I look at these, that one's got 4. It's always the one with the most second, and then it just gets less and less and less. Okay, you can tell, and you can see that by looking at the stamp. All right, then let's just take these. I'm going to leave those for now. Now to line these up, it gives you the alignment guide, okay, of where to line these, but they're pretty simple. So I'm just gonna. Pardon my head if it's in there, I apologize, as I try to line these up the best that I can. I can kind of see the cutout on the edge, it's almost like it angles in, and it aligns like perfectly. It aligns up so easy and so good. And now figure out number 2 here. Let me look at my picture. Number 2 should have these 2 thingamabobs line up inside that thingamabob, this little bump here. Okay, so now I can see those cut edges. I'm lining it up to the yellow. There you go. Okay, then 3, you can kind of see the, oh, it's upside down. See the shape here of where this should go. My first video I did, I had mentioned that I thought this was going to be hard to line up. It's incredibly easy to line up. Let's see, this one is this one here. So I gotta line up my edge, I think, like so. There you go. And once you lay it down and you're close to the alignment, it literally, you can almost see it like just pop right in place. Pretty easy. Okay, the last one here, I can see the shape of the flower laid out already. Like so. I'm going to pick these up before I interrupt myself with the leaves. Okay? Alright, my leaves. Now this big one I'm going to put back. And then this one was hard to kind of try to find which leaves went where. Like off of here. And I think if I look at this, it tells me there should be a, like 1, 2, it looks like 3, 4, 5 separate ones that are probably grouped, I'm assuming. Let's see. I don't see a duo. I think it's these ones surrounding, because these are too big. That's too small. That goes with, I think there's a small one in here somewhere. I'm assuming it's gonna be, there's 2 layers to it, so I should have 1. Oh no, there's 2 layers, so I need duos in here. Okay, had to take a pause to try to get these other pieces lined up for the leaves. I figured out a couple of them, still haven't figured out the rest, so I'm going to finish stamping these, do these ones that I figured out, then I'm going to just go back and finish off the leaves off camera till I can figure out the leaves on this, because it looks like they're all separate versus all one piece, like this one was all one piece, and it doesn't look like it's one piece. So I will figure that out, but let's just continue with these. So my next color is going to be Tiara for the flowers. So we'll get that stamped in there. This set has a lot of pieces to it. Alright, Lime Ricky is my next layer for the leaves, so I'll just get these on there with the Lime Ricky and squeeze that in between there. This one has a lot of pieces to it, so it might take me a minute to figure out these pieces for the leaves. But easy to line up. Super easy to line up. We're going to go a little darker on that tiara. Like 1 or 2 more stamps on that. Might throw a little extra green on there too. There we go. So as I'm layering this up, I just wanted to share. We went up to actually down from up from where I'm at right now. We went up to Asheville for the weekend, and I noticed on the way there taking some pictures of the mountains and the beautiful greenery and things. One thing that just really popped out for me was the different colors of green on the greenery. Then it got me thinking about my cards and stamps and picking colors and everything, and you know, sometimes I feel like, and I'm sure there's more than just me, but we get kind of consumed with, is this the right color? Should I go with a different color? Is this going to look too fake? Do I want a fake look? Do I want it more natural looking? And if I can find these pictures, I'll throw them up on the screen, because the waterfalls were all different colors. The rocks behind the waterfalls were all different colors. There was every shade of green on the trees, and I tried to snap a picture of it on the highway to kind of just get a nice picture, and I knew I was probably going to talk about it at some point. Okay, before I lose my track of mind here, I'm going to throw these back down again, and so I know this is 1. We're going to go back to my 1, then I have my last layer for 1, so I'll lay that there. Then I've got 2 here in the middle. My 2 was down here, I believe. Wasn't it down here? Nope, that was 5. 2, 2, 2 was right there. My next one for 2 is right here. Then I had 3, 3, and then my next one for 3. Then I had 4, 4, and 4, and then 5, 5, and then my next one for 5 is right here. So I'm going to just take the leaves off, and I'm going to come back to the leaves. I'm just going to stick them over here on my glass mat for now so I don't lose them. They stick there. And I'll come back off camera and finish these. So, alright, let's continue to line these up. And now I got to line up like so. And I'm just looking at my guide off camera here on where these should be lining up. So I'm right here. Okay. Then this one, you can see lines up with these. And I got off just a little bit on this one. It looks like it might have moved on me actually. So we're gonna, let's see, this should go right in here. That should go right there and there. That's where that one should be. Yeah, sticking to my fingers. Like so. Okay, then I've got my little one here, so this one should line up in this little crevice like so. I just make sure that's right. So now I'm on to, I believe this is my more rounded one. Yep, I think that looks right. And then 4 looks like this one should hit like so. Yeah, sticking to my fingers. I can see where this should go. Like that. Okay. Then my last one here, I can see the cutout right in the corner here. Like so. Okay, pick those up before I move them. Alright, so I just did tiara, so I'm going to go my next shade darker, which is catching rays. And load those up. And it looks like these moved on me. Yeah, they're moving on me. For some reason, I must have bumped. This middle one keeps moving, so we'll have to redo that one. Actually, I just won't use that one. The rest of them seem to be lined up. I just want to use number 2. I won't need all of these anyway for the one card. I go one more layer on this one because I know I'm going to really go dark on that last little orange layer that I'm going to throw on here. Like so. Let me zoom those in. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I absolutely, I get a little giddy because I love how these layer up, and I love how there's so much dimension on them. I just can't get over it. This one's, out of the, I think I've done now 3 out of the 6 sets I bought. This one's a little harder to line up. Not gonna lie. Because there's so many pieces on here. I might rearrange these after I figure this out and cut this up and then put them on different pieces so I know what's what, like what goes with these once I figure this out. And I, you know, honestly too, it's like I'm using this for the first time on camera here. So, all right, number one, okay, number 1 right here. So now number 1, I am done. It just had those 3 pieces, and that was it. Okay, I'm not lining these up the best on here either, but I'll fix that. So number 2 is right here, and so I'm going to have one more piece to go on to number 2, but I'm going to skip that because I'm already off kilter. Well, I'll try it. It might work. We'll try it. Number 3. So number 3, we'll put this piece back. Number 3 is right. This is 2. Number 3 is right here. So I have one more piece now to go on number 3. Okay. 4. Let's see. 4. 1, 2, 3. 4 is done. Now 5, and I've got one more little piece here on 5. Okay, let's get out my alignment guide. And
okay, searching for game on the App Store.
All right, something is going here with Siri. There we go. All right, now let's just see if I can get these lined up where they should be. So this one here, this last little piece for this one, lines up like so. Should line up right. This at the base of that, and then that. So I think it should go like right in here. I might be off a little kilter on this one. This one, for some reason, I am just not. Oh, there we go. Fits right in there. This should fit in that nook, and like so. It's going to be off, but we'll see if it works, because I was already off on that one. Okay, now this little baby piece here goes with this one for 3, and so it should line up inside of this, like so. Fingers crossed I got that right. I'm just looking at my guide. It was that little piece and that there, and I think it's right. We're gonna go for it. I think, because I don't think it goes here, does it? Oh, maybe it does. Maybe it goes like so. Goes right inside of that, maybe. No, because it fits. Let's see. That little inner piece is supposed to go. I see it now. So there's little pieces that should go inside of this little piece. So I was right. I went back a little farther, and I think I was right. Is that supposed to go right, like, whoop, right like that? I get it to quit sticking to my finger. Alright, number 5, and I hope my head's not in everybody's way here. My last one for number 5 is this piece here. And so I need to line up like so. This little piece, there's an inside piece that goes right here. Like so. I think it goes right there. Okay. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Let's go with my tiki orange. Okay. Let's see if I got flowers or not. I do! Ha ha ha! I do. Beautiful. Beauteous, right? Beauteous. Love it. These look so delicate. So delicate. Okay, I'm going to finish my leaves, and I will show you lining up the die cuts and die cut these out. So I will be back. Okay, I am back. It took me a little bit to figure this out with these leaves. I got it figured out. Here was what I was missing. If I look at this leaf set, this one here, these leaves are the same as the individual leaves on this sheet. Took me a while to figure out which one was which. I'm going to go through and probably label these with my labeler, like this is 1, this is 1, this is 2, this is 2, with a labeler, so it's much more clear on here just for me. I'm sure other people can figure this out. Again, literally first couple times using these layering sets, first time with this one, which is actually very detailed, and I can appreciate the detail. I can appreciate how these turn out and the detail that you get as your final outcome. So I'm going to die cut these. This set came with the full die set for all the leaves and all the flowers, so I'm going to go ahead and die cut these out, and then I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. As you can see, I cut all these pieces out. They die cut beautifully. I have a 110-pound Nina cardstock, and it cut through them no problem. Easy to line up those dies. If you look at the little shapes, and you can find those little odd shapes to line those up, and which die goes where. Super easy to line up. Now, before I assemble this, I mentioned I was going to cut off some here, and I wanted to put a little designer paper underneath, a little strip on the top. We'll assemble the front and go from there. So, scratch piece of paper. Anybody that knows me, I love my scraps. You can watch my scrappy shorts on Saturdays of all the things I do with scrap pieces of paper. I'm going to cut a little strip off of there. Then I have this Recollections book of designer paper. I've gone through, I've picked out this little piece here on top that I want to use. Get it out here. I believe it was this one, because it's got the yellows and the pinks and stuff in it, little vintagey looking roses there too. So I'm going to cut a strip of that at 1 inch, lay that underneath, cut this at 3/4, so I have a little strip on the inside. Okay, so let's just get ourselves a 1 inch strip here of this. And I'm making sure that I have my flowers, these yellow flowers, kind of going up on here. And it's A2 size card, so it is 5.5 by 4.25. So I'm going to go 5.5 tall, like so, and that's perfect. So I got some nice yellows in there. Then I'm going to take and cut 3/4 of an inch. So this is 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch off my panel here. So we'll go up to 3/4. Like so. So now when this folds, you'll see I'll have that peeking out, and then I'm going to do a little strip on the top. I just want like about 1/8 of an inch of a strip. Not too big, because I need it to fit in between this. So I might cheat that over, and we'll throw this little strip like so. And actually I'm going to go just a tiny bit smaller than that even. I just want a little bit to peek. That's perfect. Alright, let's do a little assemblage here. So lay my strip on the inside. So this peeks out. Again, this is a combination of 2 cards. So this is one card I wanted to make. This is the other card I wanted to make. I was going to do full panel, but then I was like, I want to do both. So I thought it'd be cute to combine this. Oops, I got to make sure that yellow is facing up. I thought it'd be cute to combine these 2 cards that I found on the Pinterest into one card. That way I'm doing both techniques I wanted to try. You know what? I'm going to use that other strip right there, actually, and then this little larger strip there, and then the smaller one on the outside. Just throw that on there. Why not, right? Why not? Alright, I have that. Now I'm just going to lay this little strip right along this outer edge, and then we'll just snip all that excess off. Okay. Like so. Then we'll just cut those little pieces off. There and there. Alright, while I'm assembling, I want to go back to my conversation on the color of trees and different things in nature I saw this week up in the mountains in Asheville. What I took away from that was, you know, quit second guessing myself of thinking so hard, researching a card to make sure, like, oh, what color should I use? Is that too many colors? What's everybody else do? Do they do 2 greens, 3 greens when they do their greenery? Just do it. Like, what I realized, there's 100 shades of yellow greens I saw, because I like a little yellow in my greenery when I tend to create. But at the same time, just do it. There was the waterfall had this brown and black stripe on the one side, then it was just the gray on the other side with the water. So it had this great stripe coming down the one side, and I'm like, it was just so pretty that I'm like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we make, right? Do what we want to do. Make the card we want to make, and be okay with that. It just made me, and then I got another picture of like these tree roots all over, and then the sun was coming through the path and the trees when we were hiking, and I was like, that'd be a great picture, that'd be a great card with all the different, just add the detail you want to add, shade it how you want to shade it. It was just a big aha for me. This is turning out pretty stinking cute, actually, these 2 little combined. So now I'm going to throw this up on some dimensionals, and the idea that I wanted was this to be kind of like so. And I was only going to use 3 flowers, but now I'm wondering, this is the one that I kind of didn't get it lined up. You can see I went over there, so I can cover that up, actually, like so. I wonder if 3 is enough with some greenery. I think I want this greenery to come down here to kind of go fill in some of that white space on the happy birthday. Then this little piece I think can twist up over this way, and I can tuck one in there. Is 3 enough? I think 3 is plenty. So, alright, let me just kind of peel these away. We're gonna, this one that I kind of screwed up on, everything's usable with scraps, right? My scrappy shorts, I always say everything's usable. We're gonna just glue this one straight down. Like so. Then I think I'm going to glue this one. I'm going to pop up and tuck this right in there. So I'm going to peel that up just a little bit so I can get it underneath that bottom layer, because this one I'm going to go directly to the paper too. So anyway, moral of my story is I personally just need to quit worrying about what everybody else is going to think. Is it the right colors? Is this going to look stupid? And go with my gut and do what I want to do, and not worry about it. So I think I'm going to pop up this one just a tiny bit, this one even a little bit more, because I have some really small, not too thick dots that I can use for this one. So I think I'm going to use these dots on this one just to pop it up. Then I'm going to use my thicker one on that big one. Like so. Oh. There and there. Throw one more on there. I'm gonna give it a little glue just to get that to stick and give it some workability here. So this one's gonna go about here and then right about there. Now I'm gonna use these thicker ones on this one. Could double this up too and just go a little higher. Which I actually, nope, I like that. They're about this close to the same, but this is just slightly higher. So I like that. And then this way now I'll squeeze the other pieces behind here of my greenery. I might use all of the rest of the greenery too. Alright. Like so. I'm going to tuck this behind. Popping through here. Peel that up a little bit. Get that to curve a little. Like so. I had this one. What did I do with my other one? Did I drop it on the floor? Oh, here it is. So I think I'm going to tuck one in there, and I think I'm gonna put this kind of right at the bottom of that. I am. Use it up. Use what I got. Now I got some glue on there. I gotta cover up a little. Alright, this is my vintage rose first attempt. I've done stuff similar but not this much layering. But here we go. That is my vintage rose with the lunar paste, and this is Prom Queen stenciled on. Let it dry. Little designer paper on the inside. And this makes a quick and easy little birthday card. quicker if I could have figured out my layering on the greenery just a little easier, but there you have it. So that's my card. Get that to focus just up. There we go. There's my card. All right, there you go. I just thought we'd make a little card this evening for you and try to make it as easy as possible and just have some fun and not worry too much about technique. As you saw, I was figuring this out as I was going along, and that's okay. I just wanted to give this one a try and try combining two little techniques or cards that I'd seen, and that's my result, and I'm pretty happy with it. So thank you so much for sticking with me till the end. Thank you so much for showing up on my channel. Again, if you're new, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and follow my channel. Feel free to comment. Those comments help me. I do answer all my comments, so give me some comments if you feel the need. If you're not new here and you keep returning and have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that button, and I hope you come back. So until next time, I'll see you then.